What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, it's going to be the first in a series of videos that I do where I focus on weapons that I recommend players get before the Season of the Worthy. I'm going to focus on weapons that are good for both PvP and PvE, and the very first video is going to be on the Love and Death Grenade Launcher. Now, this is a wonderful power weapon. I know many of you might already have this, but if you don't, stay tuned. I'm going to talk about how to get it, what are the roles you want to look for, and what are some of the best ways to farm this weapon. So the very first thing I want to do for this is talk about the role that I have, why it's such a good weapon for PvE, and to do that, let's make our way over to the Tribute Hall. So we'll go there and beat up on some defenseless enemies. Alright, so we made our way over to the Tribute Hall, and first let's take a look at what the God role is for Love and Death. Now the role I have, it took me a while to get this. I got a bunch of trash rolls before this, and then I finally got the absolute best combination. But the key things on this weapon are the full court trait as well as the spike grenades. No matter what, if you get these two, you have an awesome role for the Love and Death. Spike grenades, if you do a direct hit with this, it'll do even more damage. And also too, that helps increase your stability. That could come in handy, more on that in a second. Full court is amazing. The further away that you are from a target, the more damage that it does. So you can think about how effective that would be in encounters like Garden of Salvation at the very end versus the final boss, in the Crown of Sorrows raid versus Gowron. This can be a really good thing to use. I know that it may not be entirely effective because some bosses are not very far away, or it may get more difficult to hit them, but full court and spike grenades is a wonderful combination, and if you get them on this, then you are in business. Now, if you can add to that something like field prep, which will give you more ammo reserves, that's amazing. If you can also get something that will increase your velocity via the hard launch or the velocity masterwork, then you start to get into God roll territory, and you can top things off with a boss spec as far as your weapon mod. Now, to demonstrate how good this is with this combination, we'll beat up on our resident ogre here in the Tribute Hall. If we get up close to him, you'll notice that each shot does 12,870, and then the secondary shot does 7,400. So very, very strong numbers, and this is pretty much point blank range. But what if we get far away? What if we try to demonstrate the full court trait on this? So we'll try to get far away, and hopefully we can hit some shots. This is going to be what really makes this an awesome weapon here. Now you know from before it did roughly 12,700. If we hit them from back here, each shot does 16,000. So that's a pretty big jump as far as damage goes. And again, if your teammates are running Divinity, or if you are fighting a stationary boss like the Sanctified Mind, that is going to be a wonderful grenade launcher to use. And truth be told, this will help you get things done a lot faster, and maybe getting one phases done with it. I know that 150 grenade launchers are going to take a hit in the next season, but make no mistake, this will still be a dominant weapon to use in a variety of endgame PvE content. And if you can get this combination, full court spike grenades, amazing. Throw on field prep, throw on a velocity masterwork, and you have an absolute beast grenade launcher. So now that we know what you want to get, let's talk about how to get it. And to do that, we're going to make our way back to the Lectern of Enchantment. Okay, so now that we know what we're looking for, let's talk about how to get it. How can you get Love and Death, and what are the best ways of farming it? The only way to get this weapon is with the Essence of Insanity. This will not be a random drop. You can only get this with this certain essence. Now, to buy this, you need a Phantasmal Core, and once you do buy it, there are two key objectives. Simply getting grenade launcher kills, and then also to finding an artifact called the Bound Manacle. More on that in a moment. The Essence of Insanity can only be obtained, though, from a certain nightmare hunt. Luckily, though, at the time of this video, that nightmare is around, and I'm talking about the Nightmare Hunt Insanity. This is the defeating of the Fanatic, and when you beat this on any difficulty, you'll get that Essence of Insanity. You can then simply repurchase it from the Lectern of Enchantment. I would say once you get it, just keep buying these over and over again, getting them done until you get the role you're looking for. You can buy these with a Phantasmal Core. If you're low on Phantasmal Cores, you can simply trade in Phantasmal Fragments, and if you're low on those, you can buy those with helium filaments. I would recommend simply going to Spider and buying helium filaments when he's exchanging those for legendary shards. That will give you enough fragments, and then that will give you enough cores. You can use a core to then buy the essence itself, and then keep farming things over and over again. Now we'll talk about the grenade launcher kills in a moment, but let's take a look here at the bound manacle. You'll notice that that is an artifact, and it tells you where to find it. It tells you that it is in the gatehouse, and that gatehouse is located in the Hellmouth. If you're a D1 veteran, you've probably spent a lot of time here doing different strikes and things of that nature, but this is where you're going to find that bound manacle, and I'll show you exactly where to find it, and we'll do that right now. Okay, so to recap so far, you just found your Essence of Insanity by completing the Insanity Nightmare. You would notice that when you inspect that in your quest tab, that there are two key objectives. You have to get 100 grenade launcher kills, and then you have to find the bound manacle, and that's what we're going to focus on right now. The bound manacle is found in the gatehouse, and the best way of getting over here is to fast travel to Sars Harbor, and then drive south through this little pathway. From there, you want to make your way over to this spot on the map right here, and this is the entrance to the gatehouse. So we'll jump in here right now. If you play Destiny 1, this will look very familiar. This is where a lot of the activities happened. This is where a lot of strikes happened. But you want to make your way through this spot on the map, and this is where the gatehouse is. Now, I've already completed this part, so the mini boss that you have to defeat to get this item to drop will not spawn, but I'll show you exactly where he is, and once you defeat him, he will give you the bound manacle. So I'm running through here. I'm going to run past all these enemies. No need to fight them. It's pretty much a straight destination here. You want to make your way down here and down these steps. Once you get to this part of the map right here, this is where the mini boss will spawn, and he usually spawns right around here. It'll be a yellow bar knight. Not very difficult to defeat. Once you beat him, he will give you the bound manacle. From that point forward, all you have to do then is every time you pick up an essence is get 100 grenade launcher kills. Now, that may seem pretty easy, but unless you're going out of your way to get GL kills, it may take you some time. So what are some of the best ways of farming that? Let's talk about that here in the next part of the video. Alright, so the very last part of this video is going to be focusing on what are some of the fastest ways of getting those 100 kills, because like I said, it could take you a number of different tries here to get the role you're looking for. Now 100 kills is not that many, but you definitely want to focus on certain activities to get it done a lot faster. As far as your loadout goes, having something like Fighting Lion will be great. This way you always have ammo for it. And then of course you want to pair that with a heavy grenade launcher as well. So I'm using Wendigo. You could throw on Edge Transit, play the game. Doesn't really matter. You'll be using most of your kills with Fighting Lion, and then your heavy grenade launcher will help out too for some of the more powerful enemies. I definitely recommend too, no matter what you do, focusing on using some mods that give you heavy ammo. So if you're using the Altars of Sorrow, which is a great location, a great activity to do to get these kills fast, if you have the Hive Armaments mod or the Hive Repurposing mod from the Menagerie, those could be awesome for this. Likewise, some other activities you could do that will get these done really fast are going to be either the Whisper of the Worm, going down into the Thrall Room. If you have the heroic version, you can easily jump into this, make your way down to that green room, go down there and fight the Cursed Thralls. If you have taken armaments from the Last Wish raid, you will get those 100 kills done easily within a single run for this. Same thing applies for the Last Wish raid. You can make your way over to the Dreaming City, use the Shuro Chi checkpoint. You can rally to the flag, always have heavy ammo. You can have your taken armaments mods as well, come in really handy for that. You will easily get done the 100 kills for the grenade launchers very fast in either Last Wish or the Whisper mission. Now, if you want to multi-purpose, I'd recommend, of course, the Moon. I'm right here right now anyway, over in Sars Harbor. Using the Altars of Sorrow will be great. You can have bounties getting complete from Eris Morn. You can get some weapons at the end of this activity as well. And there's a bunch of enemies during this. So those three activities, Altars of Sorrow, the Whisper Green Room where the Thralls are at, and then Last Wish Shuro Chi are going to be your best bet of getting the 100 kills done very fast. Once you're done those, make your way back to the lectern. Hopefully you get the God roll that I have right here. This is one that I think most players are aspiring to get. But honestly, as long as you have full court and full court and spike grenades, you are in business. So I hope this video was helpful, guys. Let me know if you do get this. Let me know which grenade launchers you're looking forward to using when they make those changes next season. But like I said, I hope it was helpful, and thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys soon, and best of luck in Season of the Worthy when it comes out next month. See you guys.